Don't tell me! Mamma mia!
You will go one-on-one with The Undertaker!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hit the Books, the only weekly realistic fantasy booking podcast in the universe. And today, you have arrived on the storm that is December month in WWE, and that storm is a storm made up of one or three things: tables, ladders, and chairs. No stairs on this pay-per-view, only those three. And just like the band, we're going to be bringing some TLC to you, folks at home. I'm your head booker of Monday Night Raw, Ryan 19. With me, as always, is the spicy nugget himself, the head writer of Smackdown Live, Mikey Manfredi. Mikey, welcome to TLC.
Yeah, guys, you don't want to go outside. It's raining tables, ladders, and chairs. It's really violent. If you might get knocked on the head if you go out there. So be careful. Stay indoors.
Yes.
And make sure you have TLC storm insurance.
Yeah. Don't we all? Don't we all at this point in our lives? Every December, screw snow.
Because a steel chair might just fly through your window.
Here at Countout, we recommend everybody going out and purchasing steel chair insurance in case a steel chair flies through your window and hits your wife in the face. You don't want that. You don't want that, obviously, because she'll be upset. Not only will she have to go to the hospital and get a new nose, but she'll be upset about it.
When wrestlers have to buy their own health insurance, does it cover steel chair shots to the head?
And then Vince McMahon's like, health insurance? What are you talking about?
That's why I said when wrestlers have to buy their own.
What's health insurance? I don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, go jump off this ladder. Jump off this 20-foot ladder for me, Kevin. Oh my God, TLC.
Oh, you want to do on the WrestleMania side? Sure.
You want to jump off that pirate ship?
Sure, we're not liable.
I love that story about like I wonder how often those ideas are the wrestlers themselves. It just goes to show like how weird a wrestler's brain is. Like Kevin Owens going to the Tampa Bay Stadium, seeing the pirate ship, and be like, I want to jump off of that.
I love how Kevin Owens' brain works. I wish I had that kind of brain just to be like that brave about any situation. Just like seeing something gigantic and my first thought being, I want to jump off of it.
I would argue if you're not a wrestler, if that's not what your job is, that would be a bad brain to have.
It's a weird thought, yeah.
Like you're like going around, and you're like, going to the grocery store and you see like one of the aisles and you're like, I want to jump off of that aisle. This is what I want to do nowadays.
Climbs on shelves, knocks everything over, and just jumps off it.
Exactly. Well, thank you everybody for coming in and listening to TLC. We're here. We got a whole batch of card in front of you, 10 full matches for you on this pay-per-view of a show. Mikey, it's TLC season. It's the last pay-per-view of the year, and what a year
TL
it's
season,
been.
if you will.
TL season. Tis the season. Tis the TL season. Hey, WWE, we have the marketing for next year's TLC. Why have we done this? Tis the TL season. Why is that not been a thing yet?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is if they do that, then one of these matches are going to be like I don't know, Santa's bag on a pole or whatever.
It's going to be a Holiday Havoc.
That's
jingle brawl.
That'd be the NXT show. Is Holiday Havoc.
Holiday Havoc, subtitled Jingle Brawl.
Why doesn't AEW do that as a show name?
Holiday Havoc.
Yeah, Cody.
Just to really get them.
No, I mean Cody wants all the trademarks back, and WWE isn't going to give it to him. So why not just make they're making new ones, obviously. But why not you just have one be called Holiday Havoc? I mean,
just have it be like the names, but like off by a little bit.
Yeah, we got Holiday.
Just like this is Lunarcade.
Lunarcade.
Holiday Havoc. What else?
The Great Norwegian Bash. And it takes place not on the Jericho.
the Great Patriotic Bash.
It takes place not on the Jericho Cruise, but a Norwegian cruise line ship. The Great Norwegian Bash. What else? What else? Looking around the room. What else? What else? And that's all of them, probably. I know he has Bash at the Beach. I don't know what else.
AEW in your crib.
Oh, I guess that wasn't Dusty's. That was WWE's. But in your crib.
But at what point do you just start stealing stuff from the memes?
That's something like Impact would do.
Yeah. Like in your crib.
Yeah. Impact in your crib. God. Besides your crib. This is for all the babies out there.
Outside your house.
Impact outside your house. Watching. Waiting.
All right. We have a TLC card to book. We're getting off track.
Wait, I'm completely on track for this TL season. Well, let's talk about reviewing the show, Mikey. First off, let's go and run down the card. We put the card in order. Let's talk about what the card we have here before we give those results. First up in the pre-show, we have One Nation, the newly formed faction of Tommaso Ciampa, Paulo Cruz, and Akira Tozawa taking on Oni Lorcan and Heavy Machinery.
After that, we got the match number 1 of the official card. We got Sheamus taking on Kevin Owens in a chairs match for the Intercontinental Championship.
After that, we got LLC, Bobby Lashley and Cesaro taking on Ali and Alexander, defending their Raw Tag Team titles.
After that, we got Ricochet versus MVP for the United States Championships.
Yes, we do. Next up is Shayna Baszler taking on Candice LeRae, defending her Raw Women's Championship.
Then we got Undisputed Era versus Morrison and Andrade in a ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Then we have The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, taking on Sami Zayn for the Universal title.
After that, we got Sasha Banks taking on Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
And our semi-main event is going to be Roman Reigns versus Keith Lee for the WWE Championship in a tables match, in the head of a tables match.
And the main event of the evening, we have Edge taking on Daniel Bryan in a TLC match, and if Bryan wins, Edge retires.
Yes, big old stakes in that main event matchup here.
Yes.
Big old meaty steaks. Speaking of big old meaty steaks, let's start off the show with the pre-show, Mikey.
Perfect transition.
The king of transitions. Of course, the big old meaty steaks team of Oni Lorcan, Heavy Machinery. We talked about it last episode of Hit the Books Proper last Friday. There's just something about Oni Lorcan and Heavy Machinery that just feels right. I don't know what it is. I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it feels right to me.
Okay. Yeah, I also have that feeling of like, yeah, this fits.
It just fits. But they're, of course, taking on the newly formed faction of One Nation. Apollo Crews, Akira Tozawa, added new member, potential leader, who knows, Tommaso Ciampa.
It'd be bold for Tommaso Ciampa to step in and just claim the spot of leader. That'd be the second time this happened to One Nation.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Wasn't it Ali? Wasn't that Mustafa Ali? I totally forgot about Mustafa Ali. I guess I could do that as a thing now that Ali has his own tag team partner. I guess I could do that. I totally forgot about that. But speaking of pre-show, let's get to it. Let's decide. I got the Raw card here. And the winner of this match, Mikey, and possibly a surprise here, is going to be Oni Lorcan and Heavy Machinery getting the win.
Big upset there. I was not expecting that.
Yes, I wasn't expecting it maybe 24 hours ago, but I changed my mind. Oni Lorcan wins by pinning Ciampa.
All right. Big win big pin there for Oni. Yes,
a little bit of a risky move, in my opinion, maybe having them lose, just form a new faction and then lose on a pay-per-view. But, future plans. I think it's better for them, for Lorcan and Otis and Tucker to get the win here.
Cool. I like it.
Yes. Does that mean I have plans for Lorcan and Otis and Tucker? Maybe, but you'll find out.
Possibly.
We'll find out next Friday. But yes. But you said you liked it. You said you liked that win. Yeah. Let's move right along.
Yeah, right into the official card. Now you got to switch to WWE Network to watch it.
I hate it, by the way. I keep forgetting to do that sometimes. So like the past couple pay-per-views I've been like watching on YouTube, and then it's like, what is it, like 6:59? I'm like, crap, I gotta go to the network. I really wish my computer would just like, I wish my computer was smart enough to tell me like, we know you're watching the WB pre-show thing. Do you want to watch the network? And it's like, yes, please switch it. Like I wish there was just a button that would pop up and tell me to switch.
Yeah, right. But now we're officially on the network with our opening matchup of Sheamus versus Kevin Owens in a chairs match for the Intercontinental Championship. And this one has been building for a few weeks now, ever since Kevin Owens qualified for the Survivor Series team by beating Sheamus.
Yes.
And Owens claimed that he has a right for a title match since he pinned the champion, which is how it works in WWE. So he got one, and they've been feuding. They've been feuding and beating each other down with chairs ever since. Up to this match, in which Kevin Owens is going to get the win and be the new Intercontinental Champion.
Wow. Okay, so honestly, and this is not me being like, oh, Mikey's a big old Kevin Owens guy, but it makes sense. It makes sense. Sheamus has had this title for a very long time. I think he's, proved his worth of the title. The point of getting the title was to become that Grand Slam champion. Where does Sheamus go from here? I don't know, but Kevin Owens winning the title, I think, makes sense. Especially now we're heading into like Royal Rumble season and WrestleMania season. Something like Kevin Owens having the title, and also that also means
Kevin Owens a Grand Slam champion in our universe?
In our universe, let me look it up. Let me look up what titles has he had before? Well, I don't think
he's definitely had United States.
I don't think he's ever had the tag titles. I think that's the problem.
Okay, I wasn't sure if those counted or not.
I believe they do.
Okay, then no, he's not.
I'm gonna look up because I'm fairly certain that they do.
Okay, well, Kevin Owens gets this victory. While you look that up, I just wanted to say I'm very excited about this. Obviously, Kevin Owens is the new Intercontinental Champion, taking it away from Sheamus. Owens has had a lot of title shots gone wrong in the past couple of pay-per-views, and this is kind of his big redemption. And I think he does it with a combination. He has Sheamus sitting in the corner. He puts a chair on him, does the cannonball into the chair, and then picks Sheamus up and hits him with the stunner.
Holy crap.
Probably also onto a folded-out chair.
That's awesome. That is great.
And wins the match.
That's great. So overall with pre our universe, pre-Divergent Point and post-Divergent Point, I believe KO, is a former Universal Champion, obviously. Pre-Divergent Point. I don't remember how many IC or US title runs he had before, but I know post he was, I guess now, an Intercontinental Champion, a former United States Champion, and I don't believe, I'm looking it up as well, but I don't believe he's won a tag team title. He's not won a tag team title ever, so I can only presume that...
Probably because he keeps turning his back on everyone who ever cares for him.
This, I'm not going to say that's the case, but... but it doesn't help his predicament. So this is the first time that he has been IC champion since SummerSlam 2018, which is our Divergent Point. He won the US title on January 15th of 2019. Never held the Raw tag team, never held the Smackdown tags. Obviously not the women's ones, not having any other stuff. So yeah, he's never had a tag team title, and he needs to be a tag team champion to become a Grand Slam champion.
Okay.
That is all he has to do. And I was going to actually also say that now that also means that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are both the champions, which I just, obviously with their history, you always got to point it out.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So congratulations to Kevin.
All right. Well, what do we got next there, Ryan?
It makes sense. Also, got to say, it makes sense. I think it was a really good choice for Kevin Owens to win. And yeah, like I said, excited to where this goes. Moving right along to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, LLC taking on Ali and Alexander. LLC and MVP have been sort of feuding with Ricochet as of late. Ali and Alexander have come to their friend's defense in a tag match. Ali and Alexander pinned LLC in a non-title match. So like you said, sort of earning them this title shot here today. In a 6-man tag last Friday, Ali pinned MVP to get more momentum going into this show of TLC. But now here we are defending the Raw Tag Team Champions, Cesaro and Bobby Lashley. Which gotta say, I still love them as a team. I think just visually, I think they just have a great visual look. You know, two big dominating guys. I just like that versus the two fast guys. I feel like this would just be a great match on paper. And the result of the match itself is with LLC retaining their titles.
All right.
Yes, not too much of a surprise, probably. But yes, that's what I'm doing. Thoughts on that, Mikey?
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, there's not really much to say about it. You know, it's just sort of like, yeah, you know, it makes sense. LLC defending their titles makes sense.
Yep.
Well, let's roll right into the next match, which is Ricochet defending his United States Championship against MVP, the leader of the LLC. Obviously, same like I already said, you know, sort of been feuding. MVP wanted Ricochet to join the LLC. Ricochet denied it over and over again. MVP threatened to have him traded to SmackDown, but instead he had Lana traded over to SmackDown and took over LLC because it was a better business move. That way he can also torture Ricochet more. And now we're getting this U.S. title match where if MVP wins it, you know for a fact that he's just gonna hold this over Ricochet even more. And also then LLC will be draped in not only green, but gold.
Nice.
Naturally. However, that is not going to be the case because Ricochet is going to successfully able to retain his United States Championship.
Makes sense.
Yes. Ricochet has done it. He's retained the title that he's held since November 20th. So like a full month he's had this title now. I think he's only defended against MVP.
I like it.
Yeah, it makes sense. All of my stuff here today is going to make sense. I'll be honest.
Good to hear it.
Yes. But then let's speaking about more Raw stuff. Let's move into the next match, which is Shayna Baszler defending her Raw Women's Championship against Candice LeRae. Baszler cuts a promo saying that no one's tough enough to face her. Candice LeRae says that she is, and you know, went to challenge her. A lot of back and forth stuff, you know, a little diving into the Ripley Morgan drama a little bit, but in a triple threat match last Monday, Candice LeRae was able to become the number one contender officially, and now she takes on Shayna Baszler. Big back and forth match here. Lots of, you know, great toughness out of Candice LeRae, but it is ultimately the brutality of Shayna Baszler that gets the win here and allows her to retain the gold in the Raw Women's Championship.
Yep. I like Candice LeRae as a challenger, but unfortunately I kind of figured that she wasn't going to be the one to do it. I can't wait to see who else challenges Shayna. And who's going to be able to dethrone the dominant champion.
Me too. I have ideas, but a lot of ideas are dependent on a lot of different things. And that's the other thing also, and I'll be honest, because I like in the pay-per-views, we sort of reveal the curtain a little bit more. I'll be honest, Mikey, the biggest dependent on what happens with Shayna Baszler's title reign is if and when Becky Lynch returns.
Fair.
You know, I mean, I'm not saying that if she returns, Shayna's, you know, going to beat Becky or Becky's going to beat Shayna, but like in my brain, that's a possible WrestleMania opponent in Becky Lynch. So it is like, but also not. I also have a backup ready, primed and ready to shoot up the card to take on Shayna, albeit a couple more wins. But I'm ready to
build them
pull
up a
that
little
trigger.
bit first.
Yes. But that's the problem. Is what do I do? And then it becomes the other issue is what happens if I win the Women's Royal Rumble? And I'm like, geez, you know. because I assume Becky's not going to be back by then. So it's like, geez, it's got to figure
Oh,
out
what do I
things.
do? Oh boy, oh geez, oh man.
Exactly. But I'm ready. I have ideas. I think Candice LeRae, like you said, on paper is a great idea for a challenger. I feel like I did a decent enough job building up her as a challenger, while pushing the other story that I want to push between Ripley and Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, where does Candice go from here? I don't know, but I could always build her up more to maybe challenge again. I think that's also the problem, is that it was not a surprise that she wasn't going to win, because she's this challenge kind of came out of nowhere. She hasn't been like built into a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. There was no the story was just the story that was built over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
To be fair. But yeah. So, Shayna Baszler gets the win. Shayna Baszler, by the way, continuing domination. Shayna Baszler has been number 1 on our ranking system. Oh, she's not technically overall number 1, but she's basically been on Raw number 1 since Becky Lynch left.
Jeez.
Yeah, the only reason she dropped down to number 2 is because Drew McIntyre moved from SmackDown to Raw.
Shayna Baszler absolutely dominating Raw then.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised for her to retake the number 1 spot, because, well, no, McIntyre won a tag. I think that's all he did, but she's also going to win her match, so it's possible that Shayna Baszler could dethrone McIntyre because of this win.
Very interesting.
Yes, but we'll find out on the rankings when they drop. But that's it.
Indeed.
That's it. What's happening on Smack? Let's get some more SmackDown stuff. Let's finish out this card, baby.
All right. Well, we got this ladder match between Undisputed Era and Morrison and Andrade. The two teams enter the ring, get ready for their ladder match. But then the ring announcer has something to say. Actually, the ring announcer says they're getting word that something is happening backstage. And they cut to the Titantron, where backstage Adam Cole and Roderick Strong are brawling with the Usos.
Whoa!
The Usos end up taking out Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, and they turn toward the screen and they say, "Hey, Era, hey, Fish, O'Reilly, you think you could just send your boys on us like that and get away with it? You think 2 weeks ago just sending them to attack us was going to take us out of this match? You knew we were on our way up. You knew we were coming for those titles, and you had to take us out. But we don't quit. We're here now. And guess what? This ladder match, triple threat. Usos make their entrance, and we get Undisputed Era versus Usos versus Morrison and Andrade for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
Oh my God. That's a freaking swerve and a half, baby.
We got the Usos revealing that the people who attacked them were Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, sent by Fish and O'Reilly to take out the Usos, because they were starting to make their way up towards those tag team belts, starting to get a bunch of wins in the division there. So Fish and O'Reilly tried to take the problem out before it started.
Yep, which all makes sense, and it makes sense to me.
And the Usos make their return at TLC. They beat down Cole and Strong in the back and make their way to the ring, and now we have a triple threat match.
Wow. I love it. What a swerve. Also, I like the idea that you had a big shock win of Kevin Owens getting the win, 3 obvious title defenses, and then a big old swerve of the Usos in this ladder match. And also, what a god dang ladder match. This triple threat. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it, folks.
So in this ladder match between Undisputed Era, Morrison and Andrade, and the Usos pick up the victory, end up winning, being the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and dethroning Undisputed Era.
Oh my God. There we go. That's huge. What a huge victory.
TLC is a big pay-per-view for SmackDown. Lots of big changes here.
Yeah, definitely. This is a huge ass pay-per-view. Holy crap.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
yes, yes.
Oh my gosh dang gosh. You know? Gosh dang gosh. Osh gosh.
Oh my
and
gosh, thank
bagosh.
gosh.
Oh my god. Well, congratulations in order for the Usos. I wasn't expecting not only Usos to come out of the woodwork, beat up the Undisputed Era, insert themselves into this ladder match on, I assume, GM Page's behalf, because of what happened, what went down with them. But and then you get god dang winners of the match beating Morrison Andrade, which I'm upset about. But Undisputed Era, as well. Usos new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
But now they have to prove their worth.
Yeah, now they got to prove their worth, come back and really, really show the world that they deserve these titles, which of course they do. They've had them multiple times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, congratulations.
Yeah. After that triple threat ladder match, we have the Fiend taking on Sami Zayn for the Universal Championship. However, in this match, Sami Zayn comes out, makes his entrance first, which is interesting. Comes out with the Universal title, stands in the ring. The Fiend's music hits. There is no Fiend. Fiend's music keeps going. There still is no Fiend. And Sammy grabs a mic and he says, "Whoa, ho, ho, look who turned out to be the scared one this whole time." He goes, he's like, "I'm not sure the Fiend's gonna be making it to this title match." And we cut to the Titantron and we see Bray Wyatt laid out through a table backstage. But Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend. Bray Wyatt laid out through a table backstage. Just motionless, basically. Looks like he got beat down pretty bad.
He's dead. He's been murdered.
Bray Wyatt is dead. Rip in peace. Have to pay respects. And then Sami Zayn demands the ref start the count because clearly Bray Wyatt or the Fiend can't make this match. So the ref starts the count. The ref gets to 10. Sami Zayn does win by forfeit.
Wow.
And as Sami Zayn is celebrating, the lights do go out. And when they come back on, Bray Wyatt is no longer on the table on the Titantron. It's just empty. And behind is the Fiend.
Oh my god!
Who puts him who grabs Sami Zayn by the throat, and then the lights cut out again, and then when they come back on, they're both gone.
Huh?
So Sami Zayn actually retains his title, but the Fiend definitely is not done with Sami yet.
Oh my god! Okay, so to run it all back, Sami Zayn takes out the man that is Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
He wins by count out.
Yes,
basically. And retains his title. Very cheap way for this heel Sami Zayn. But then out of nowhere, the Fiend comes out and just abducts Sami Zayn. He's gone.
He grabs him by the throat, and as soon as we see that, the lights go back out, and then when they come back on, neither of them are in the ring. So we're not sure what happened there.
Interesting. Very intriguing.
Also, since this wasn't a real match, you get more time for your main event. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So yeah, after that debacle with the Fiend and Sami Zayn, we have Sasha Banks taking on Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This match has been building since Survivor Series, when Sasha was the one who couldn't get it done out of the SmackDown champions, and Charlotte Flair took that as her opening to get in there with all of her past title reigns and how dominant she was, and really got in Sasha's head. So now we have this match. And in this match, Sasha Banks does successfully defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair by putting Charlotte in the bank statement and tapping out Charlotte.
Nice. Good old win. Sasha Banks, just a star in this promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Tapping out Charlotte Flair, tapping out the Queen. Queen couldn't get it done. I was doing
the Queen not only couldn't get it done, but the Queen taps out.
Exactly right. Which is sure to upset the Queen, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing the math, and it turns out that Charlotte across NXT, WWE, Divas title, and Raw and SmackDown. She has 12 title reigns in our universe. She has also 12 title reigns. So we've perfectly done it. If she won this,
we got there.
If she won the title here, she would have been a 5-time SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, that's wild.
Which would have been wild, but not happening here. Sasha Banks maintaining.
Sasha Banks says no, not today.
I love it. I love to see it. Sasha Banks just holding that title strong, holding on to that title, getting that rebound after losing to Shayna Baszler at a Survivor Series and getting the win over at TLC.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So like I said, this is a big pay-per-view for SmackDown. I think I want Sasha Banks to be a dominant champion on SmackDown, and I think tapping out it doesn't get much better than tapping out Charlotte Flair.
It's true.
So it just shows that Sasha Banks isn't a flash in the pan champion. She is here to stay. And I'm really excited about this one. I had Sasha from the beginning on this one.
Mm-hmm. My question is if Sasha Banks is able to retain between now and WrestleMania, who will be our challenge? Who could potentially win the Royal Rumble? Who could potentially challenge Sasha Banks? That is the question in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumble's around the corner, so now it's just like, can she maintain her title reign between now and then? But then who could win the Rumble? Charlotte Flair winning a Rumble is a great pick, honestly. Asuka winning it as well. I would love a Bianca Belair win out of the Rumble. Maybe Billie Kay, maybe Lana, Toni Storm,
getting there.
Piper Niven.
I guess we'll see.
There's a lot of competitors. I think having a strong champion on top there is very, very good to have when you have a lot of good, solid people underneath the card to challenge.
Yeah, and I also am okay with Charlotte losing here because we already know Charlotte is basically a goddess.
Yeah,
and she's had all those title reigns, so we know no matter what happens, Charlotte Flair is always going to be a threat.
That's true. Hey, and if it's anything like the online reports are, you can always just put Charlotte Flair with Andrade, and there you go.
Boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
You fix your Zelina Vega problem by putting Charlotte Flair with Andrade. Oh, my gosh.
Flawless.
Well, there we go. Let's move into our semi-main event where it's Roman Reigns versus Keith Lee, not only for the WWE Championship, but in a tables match. Where do I start? Where do I start in this build, right? It all started the Monday after WrestleMania.
It all started all the way back.
All the way back. The Monday after WrestleMania, where Roman Reigns, WWE Champion, defends his title against Keith Lee, retains it, but then out of nowhere, here comes Brock Lesnar. He loses the title to Brock Lesnar. Come to find out that Paul Heyman Paul Heyman and Vince McMahon agreed in that WWE contract signing part that surprise match that because Brock Lesnar won, Roman Reigns can never challenge Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship ever again. He went a little nutso butso. Roman Reigns did, and then there we go. He went a little nutso butso. A little bit after that, Paul Heyman says that he wants new challengers for Brock. After some deliberation, it comes down to, I believe, at SummerSlam, or in a triple threat match against Styles and Brock Lesnar, Keith Lee wins, becomes the new WWE champion. Shortly after that, still being nutso butso, and now leading the Usos as the bloodline and having the money to pay off LLC, they capture the WWE champion Keith Lee, and now Roman Reigns captures, not legally or ethically or morally, captures the WWE championship. He's now walking around as the fake WWE champion, saying that he is the true champion. And then after Hell in a Cell, Keith Lee comes back, gets his title back from Roman Reigns officially. But the match obviously isn't over yet. We head into TLC. A lot of back and forth. Roman saying that he's the head of the table. He belongs at the top. He's the true WWE champion. Keith Lee says that Roman Reigns says that Keith Lee isn't ruthless enough to be champion. Keith Lee says that it doesn't matter because you were scared of someone that you say isn't ruthless. And it doesn't also matter because guess what? I'm the champion. I beat Brock where you couldn't. So bing, bing, boom. Tables match. Here we are. WWE Championship, Mikey. Big story that I've been technically building for months. Culminating here at TLC for the end of the year. This is my year-long story.
This is your big one.
This is my year-long story, folks. And it's not the main event.
How is this one going to play out after everything these two have been through?
Yeah, that's exactly right. And also now we got Roman Reigns. We got Paul Heyman in his corner as well. So we're just added stuff into here. Well, I can tell you that the finish of the match eventually ends up, there's tables set up around the ring. They're fighting back and forth. No one's going through a table. Lots of big man action here. The finish of the match is that both men are on the top turnbuckle in the top corner with a table set up on the floor on either side of them. Mm-hmm. So they're basically teetering back and forth, hitting heavy chops, heavy slaps, heavy hits. But eventually it is Keith Lee that gets the final blow on Roman that causes Roman to fall into a table below, allowing Keith Lee to win this feud and retain the WWE Championship.
All right, big win for Keith Lee here. Honestly, I expected nothing less. I'm glad Keith Lee retains his title and Roman doesn't win.
Yes. I feel that it's better to keep the title on Keith Lee moving forward. I think this will cement more his reign. However, I can agree that I did not have Keith Lee win in a more definitive way. Mm-hmm. Just sort of Roman falling off of the ring into a table. So there's that. But
hey, a win's a win.
A win's a win. It allows, in my head, Roman to still be mad and upset and have the chip on his shoulder.
Yes.
But he still loses. And also defended, or he's not a bad loss or whatever. It doesn't matter. Keith Lee wins. Keith Lee still the WWE champion. Big plans for Keith Lee. Big old plans for Keith Lee. Very excited for my WrestleMania idea for Keith Lee. I really hope that I never get Dave Maeve Delts on.
Maeve Delts.
I really hope I never get Delts on where I have to reveal those plans, Mikey. But I got plans. I'm excited.
All right, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Speaking of seeing where this goes, let's move into the main event with TLC match between Edge and Daniel Bryan. And I guess we can say for certain that Chad Gable is there in Bryan's corner.
Yes.
Here, if Bryan wins, Edge retires. It's the big old stipulation there. There we go. There's a lot of beating down on Edge beating up Bryan. This is Edge's, in a way, home turf. Maybe this is even in Canada. Maybe this pay-per-view is taking place in Canada. Who knows? I guess I can probably look up where this pay-per-view was going to take place. TLC 2020. Let's find out. Let's see if I can even find out where it would have been. Scheduled to take place in Orlando. Well, we already knew that. I'll figure it out. Anyways, so a lot of back and forth action. Beth Phoenix is there. She's in attendance watching this match. In the barricade or whatever. So a lot of back and forth action. Gable's there. He's helping Bryan, set up tables or set up ladders. Basically helping Bryan. He's not getting too involved in the match. He's just sort of assisting Bryan.
Got it.
Where near be. However, there is a point where Edge is getting the better of Bryan, and then Gable gets involved, and it allows during the match that Gable and Bryan just start double teaming Edge.
Oh,
so not looking good. Bryan grabs the microphone, walks over to Beth Phoenix, who's in the front row.
Oh no.
Brian tells Beth that he you're welcome for me forcing your husband back home. For him to realize that his dream is a fallacy and people like him are unwanted in my ring. He tries to continue saying you're welcome to Beth, but Beth has enough of it and slaps him across the face.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
And she jumps the barricade.
Whoa!
Gable comes over to stop Phoenix, but she suplexes him.
Love it.
And Phoenix goes into the ring to go check on Edge. While she's doing so, Brian returns to the ring and hits Beth Phoenix in the back of a chair. And gloats, of course, because, he's a big old nasty heel. And so while he's not looking, hey, guess what? It's just one chair shot to Beth Phoenix. Not too bad. Beth Phoenix grabs Brian, hits him with the glam slam.
Nice.
Which helps up Edge. Edge climbs that ladder. Or no, it hits him with a glam slam. Edge, because I forgot it's a pinfall thing. Edge gets up, hits the spear on Brian. 1, 2, 3. Edge wins. Edge and Beth Phoenix celebrate their win together.
All right. Edge stands tall. Edge keeps his career. Love it.
Yes.
Honestly, even with the stakes of Edge putting his career on the line, it still wasn't definite to me that Edge was going to win, which is just good booking.
Thank you. I definitely, trying my darndest, to do all these things. But I felt that like I needed to make it. The fear of always putting like a stipulation on like that, where it's like if Brian wins, Edge retires. Like I always feel like it's tough to put sort of stipulations on that, because I know that doing a stipulation like that sort of maybe showcases who the winner will probably be. Mm-hmm. It's probably gonna be Edge, because of course we're not gonna have Edge retire. But I think with the numbers against him with Gable and everything, I was hoping that'd make it harder and make it less obvious. But then Beth Phoenix being there, getting involved, I like the idea. And maybe it's the same sort of thing with Keith Lee here. Maybe that's bad booking, but Edge winning. Well, he does get the spear in, but it's the help between Edge, husband and wife, that allows Brian to get loss. So I think I like that. I like that as a story with husband and wife. And also I just like the visual of Beth Phoenix glam slamming Daniel Bryan and also taking a chair shot. I just think that's a good visual, or to define the heel Daniel Bryan, but then taking a glam slam and taking a spear. I think that just works. Yeah,
I agree. I like it a lot.
And hopefully you like it too, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed TLC. I know I did.
Hopefully you like it too, audience.
Yes. On the Raw side, not a lot of craziness. Or on the SmackDown side, 2 new champions.
Yeah. Big. This wasn't too crazy for Raw, but it was very big for SmackDown.
Yes, which to me makes it a good pay-per-view. Makes it a good pair. New champions, new storylines with the Universal title. End of storylines of Keith Lee, Roman, seemingly, I should say. Good stuff. But we're not just done yet. It is a pay-per-view, Mikey. And at every pay-per-view, we hit each other with the randomizer. And if you don't know what the randomizer is, it's like a list of like 45, I think, items. Where we will just decimate each other with sadness. No, basically we have a list of like 43 items that all the way from like gimmick changes or career-ending injuries, what have you, wellness policy violations, trades, like we said, the Maeve Delts thing where we get to reveal storylines that we have planned, that all that sort of stuff, call-ups, all these sort of things, give us a little fun, excitement, interesting idea. We can, make our show lively, make our show, keep it realistic, make it stuff happen in here. And we're ready to bring that to you. So, Mike, we got to do that to each other every week on the usual show. The audience votes who wins and who loses. But on pay-per-views, we both lose or both win. I don't know. Either way.
We both lose.
Exactly right. Oh no.
God, that's so funny.
What?
Ryan, that's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
What?
The one result you didn't want, you've been observed.
No!
I'm not even kidding.
Well then.
Out of all of the results, the one you were like, oh boy, I hope I don't get this one, it's the first one I roll.
The first time we've ever done it on the show, too.
Yeah. So you've been observed.
What do I do? What do we do?
Let me see if I can get the thing up to read it.
You've been observed. Reveal one result of an upcoming planned pay-per-view match. Spinner picks the match. Can include matches that haven't been announced. So basically, you can ask me the plans for any match for maybe Royal Rumble or even WrestleMania. You know, just any future plans that I may have for any storyline or where people are going, or you can just ask me a storyline about a title, a match, or a wrestler. Maybe that's the determining things. We've never done it before, so
let's hear where you're going with this Raw Women's Championship.
Oh, okay. I sort of already alluded to it, but what specifically do you want to know about the Raw Women's Championship?
You mentioned you were building someone up.
Yes.
You mentioned you had somebody you wanted to get to Shayna Baszler next. Someone who had to win a couple more matches. You had to build up a little bit more. Let's hear who that plan is.
Sure. So the plan is that.
Let's see who's getting that build.
The plan is the hope of the plan is that I don't win the Women's Royal Rumble. I don't want it.
Bold part of your plan.
Bold part of the plan is I don't want that. The bigger I think the bigger match is Becky Lynch returns for WrestleMania against Shayna Baszler. I think that's the way bigger match and more exciting match. But on the off chance that she's not back, the plan is to have a number one contenders elimination chamber match where Rhea Ripley wins.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if Lynch is still out of action, the plan is I've been slowly building up the idea of Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. It's been my plan for months, and I've been slowly building that up. I brought her as a tag team star, had her win a title right away, lost the title, and now we're going back up and trying to build her back up. And so eventually challenge. But the problem is that if Becky is able to back, I might just go for Becky Lynch instead. But then what do I do with Ripley? That's my concern. So maybe I can make it a triple threat. Maybe Lynch's returns to the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. Either way, the ideal plan is maybe Becky Lynch, but it's like this. It's like it makes sense if you do Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. But if I can have Roman Reigns versus The Rock, I would rather have that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's basically what my thinking here is. So, yeah, you're welcome, Dave Meltzer. Maeve Deltzer.
You're welcome, Maeve.
Yeah, so
you got your story.
Yes. So thoughts on that, Mikey? Thoughts on those stories? What are thoughts on reading the dirt sheets?
I like it. I think those are some big plans. Big reveal there. I think I made the right choice. I like the result I got. Okay.
You could have asked anything. You could have asked about the U.S. title. You could have asked about WWE title.
I could have, but you made a point to mention your plans for the women's title
and
earlier.
Now you wanted to know.
And it got me thinking.
Oh, well, that's fair. Well, let me hit the randomizer on you then, to see if I can do anything nasty to you. Let's see. What do we got here? Ooh. Hold on. Is it still loading? Oh, it's still loading. Oh, no.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
House show injury.
Oh, no.
That is not good.
No, it is not.
That is not good. Well, it could be not good. That it's dependent. So where the hell is house show injury on this goddamn list? House show injury. There we go. So roll a D whatever to see which wrestler on your roster gets hurt. then a D20 plus 10 to see how many weeks they are out.
Oh boy.
D10 plus 2 to see how many weeks are out. You cannot use them on the show. That's anyone on your roster, so it's possible it won't affect your card here tonight in any capacity. But still.
Jeez.
It's still terrifying.
Yes, very.
So this is why we gotta cancel house shows. So let's see. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's see how many people you got in your god dang roster. Let's see. I got just counting up here for you. Well, Rollins technically is no longer on the roster, I guess. He's put in Daddy World, so I'm not going to count him.
It's put in Daddy World. I hate that you just said that.
Daddy World.
I hate that you just said that to me.
You're welcome. So that leaves you with 48 people.
Okay.
48 people. So I'm going to have to roll a D48 on your butt. Of those 48 people, what? You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of them working?
True. It is a very low. It is a very low chance I get somebody on the show.
Yeah, like a 25% chance, I believe, if I did math correctly. Mm-hmm. So I rolled a D48. It's a 21.
Okay.
So that is. So just to be clear, I'm going to go down the men's singles faces and then the men's singles heels, right?
Yes.
Okay, so all the faces, that's 10. Sami Zayn is 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Oh no! Grand Metalik.
Oh no, what am I going to do?
Oh no, Grand Metalik. Recently turned heel, Grand Metalik is gone. What do we got to roll? A D10 plus 2. Let's see. That is going to be a... Oh, can I hit stop? There we go. Oh, no. That's a 10. A 10 plus 2. 12 weeks. The Grand Metalik is gone.
Okay.
So
that's a bummer.
Sorry to do that to you, Mikey.
I think I'll be okay.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse. A 20 is Roderick Strong. A 22 is Asuka. Grand Metalik just happened to be at the right spot but the wrong time, I guess. Hate to see people get injured, but at the same time, it's Grand Metalik. It doesn't affect your story. You're fine. You'll be okay.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right.
I feel like
okay. Well, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like doing this show has made me really like. I feel like I'm worried that I'm looking at wrestlers like pawns, like pieces. I'm just like, oh no, it's Grand Metalik. The 12 weeks of injury, that sucks. Yeah, but it's Grand Metalik. I mean, come on. It's just like, whatever. It's probably an evil thought to have, but I'm having it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna count up to see when Grand Metalik returns, Mikey. But thoughts on TLC as a whole? I feel like it was pretty good.
Yeah, me too. I think it was a great pay-per-view. We both had some big storylines. Like you said, nothing really changed for Raw, but a lot of things changed for SmackDown. So I think it was a good pay-per-view on both of our parts.
Grand Metalik returns March 14th, a week before Humberto Carrillo.
Interesting.
Yes. So both heels. You could make a tag team, I guess, out of that.
Maybe.
That's something. Or maybe have them both form a team with Sami Zayn. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But there you go, folks. Grand Metalik gone for 12 whole weeks.
Bummer.
12. What about 12 skim weeks? Is that anything?
Probably not.
I think all my jokes have
12 2% weeks.
It sounded like you said leaks, and I was like, oh no, Grand Metalik is leaking.
Oh no,
2%
not leaks.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go. We have the unveiling.
The only thing that got leaked was your women's title plans.
This is true. So I hope audience, you like that Maeve Delt's You've Been Observed thing. The first time we did on the show, I came up with it like a couple months ago, and it's been there sitting there waiting to be pulled. I hope you enjoyed it. I feel like we should maybe add more, but also I don't want to add more because the whole point of the show, into the possibility of being rolled. But I think it's good. Making it fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Well, there we go, folks. That's TLC for you. Another pay-per-view in the bag. We'll be heading into the new year, already prepping for the next pay-per-view, which is, of course, the Royal Rumble. At the time of recording, we don't know what the date of the Royal Rumble is. I mean, we probably won't know until like WWE TLC proper pay-per-view actually takes place. They will probably won't announce it until then. Typically it's, I believe typically it's late January, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that sounds right to me.
So, typically it's late January. So, we could, I don't know what day is late January, but I guess I'm going to call it here and say Royal Rumble is probably going to be January 24th. Which for us would be, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes before Royal Rumble. So we got some time to build to the Royal Rumble, but it's always an exciting time. When you get to the road to the Royal Rumble, always an exciting time, I think.
Yes, I agree.
But thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's episode. You can, of course, subscribe to listen to more Hit the Books. Every single Friday is our proper show where Mikey and I write our own versions of Raw and Smackdown. A lot of fun nonsense back and forth where we talk about whatever the frick, but focusing on booking good wrestling. That's what we're going for at the end of the day. Swerves, championship changes. Beth Phoenix glam slamming Daniel Bryan. Good wrestling. You can also follow us.
Very good wrestling.
You can follow us on Twitter at CountoutPod. Still have that. You keep something in your brain and you have to start rewiring it. So
they both work.
I guess that's true. I believe we still own at Hit the Books Pod.
I think they both still work.
I believe that's true. I talked about it earlier about the rankings and stuff. After the pay-per-view, if you go to our website, Countout Network. No, sorry, it's Countout Pod. God, I should know all of these things better. If you go to countoutpod.com after the pay-per-view, you'll see
I just checked, htbpod.com also still works.
Oh, does it reroute to Countout?
Yes.
There we go. But after every pay-per-view, we update our rankings. So I'm excited to see what happens. You can see your entire archive and see a bunch of other stuff that we have on the show as well. So we'll update the rankings and whatnot when we get there. So it should be there like tomorrow, probably. Mikey, anything to plug?
Go check out Independent Waters every Wednesday, where me and Zach Batista take a look at independent wrestling matches and make our way through the indie wrestling scene, and review matches for your pleasure and for you to check out as well. So go listen to that every Wednesday and leave a review on iTunes and tell us you like the show.
Yes. What else? You can also listen to my show, G1 and Only. It's a show where I talk about wrestlers who've only appeared in the G1 Climax once. It's a very interesting, strange list of people. So go check that out. I think at the time of recording, I think it's tomorrow actually, when this episode comes out. Yes, when this episode comes out, tomorrow's episode of G1 Only is going to be talking about the G1 Climax run of Yoshiaki Yatsu. So that's going to be exciting. I think it's a very good episode. Changed up the format a little bit, but made it still a very interesting documentary-esque style of a show. So, I do my best to try to make it interesting and tell you the history and why each match is important. So definitely go check that out. That is it for this week's episode of Hit the Books. That's it for this special episode of TLC. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode. And until this Friday, until next time, we've got 2 words for you.
Book it.
Don't tell me! Mamma mia!
You will go one on